Today is International Star Wars Day, a day to celebrate a galaxy far, far away and everything relating to the iconic George Lucas franchise. In honor of May the 4th, Disney is releasing a new Obi-Wan comic today, ahead of the Obi-Wan series dropping later this month on Disney+. This along with some new Star Wars Lego sets. In addition to that, a new documentary will soon be released titled Galaxy Built on Hope. It is directed by Roger Christian, set decorator for the first Star Wars film and the man who is credited with inventing the lightsaber. The documentary details the making of the universe of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, including the making of the iconic weapons from the film. Well, joining us now to discuss this exciting documentary, as well as the significance of May the 4th to Star Wars fans everywhere, is Mr. Roger Christian himself. Sir, welcome to Forum Daily.
Thank you. Very nice to be here.
So tell us a little bit more about what we can expect from your upcoming documentary, Galaxy Built on Hope.
With John Barry, the designer, I had to design and come up with a used universe for the first Star Wars. So everything, weapons, vehicles, robots, Tunisia being Tatooine, the entire thing with very little money. There was very little belief in the film at that time. We had a very tiny budget. So I was really in charge of bringing the whole kind of used universe to, and this has never been documented, all of the official ones, because John Barry sadly died very young. And David West Reynolds, who was ex-head of literature at Lucasfilm, forced me to write a book about it, because he said this is the legacy and no one knows any of these stories because they were right behind the scenes and no one's there to tell them. So I finally gave in, wrote the book, and then he pressured me to do this documentary, which has been 2.5 years making because COVID caused all sorts of disruptions to us. But finally, it's coming out now in May.
I'm sure Star Wars fans will definitely want to see how their world was created. Now, you are credited as the man who invented the iconic lightsaber. So tell us a little bit more about that and the other work you've done for Star Wars.
Yeah, that was obviously George created it I got the script, and there was this, we then called it a laser sword. That's what it was called. It's like very British. So I had to come up with it along with all the other props and everything, and we only had a few months to do the whole movie, to get it ready. There was no time to make anything, design it, so I had to find found objects, and this one eluded me because I thought I'd been a great King Arthur fan all my life, and I thought this is going to be the icon of Star Wars. It's Excalibur for a science fiction movie. So I finally, in a camera shop, and I've got the original manager of the camera shop where I went in and said, have you got anything that I could look at that might be suitable for a weapon? And he showed me a box that was not been open for a long time underneath all these other camera boxes. And I pulled it out and there was a Graflex handle. And I just went, oh, I found the Holy Grail. Ran back to my office. I stuck T-strip that I got left over from making the Stormtroopers blasters. I'd broken down an old calculator that morning, and the bubble strip, which was used to magnify the numbers, I stuck that in the clip, so that changed that. And I made the lightsaber for, I don't know, $15 or something like that. And that's it. I showed George, he smiled, and that was the iconic weapon that it's become now. And it's really a symbol for Star Wars, Sword of Light. It brings, Star Wars is all about hope and light and compassion and forgiveness at the end of the day. And that's why it's connected to the world. And so there, it was kind of luck that I found it at the end of the day. I would have found something, but nothing as iconic as what this Graflex handle was.
Definitely. $15 well spent. Just about
yeah.
Just about a minute left here, sir. But we've really seen the Star Wars franchise evolve over the years. We're seeing series, The Mandalorian on Disney+, and we're mentioning Obi-Wan is coming up as well. But from your perspective, how have you seen this franchise evolve over time?
Well, Star Wars is connected to the world. George gave the world something to believe in, that and the world needs it, and more every day now. And it's a perfect myth, what he created. Light triumphs over dark. And I think that element of everything has been preserved. We all like the first 6 because they were George's vision. And in every one, he pushed boundaries, not just CGI boundaries, but storytelling through CGI and things like that. I think that, they've done as much as they could with the next 3. And then what's interesting is The Mandalorian has brought back the fans in droves because it's very similar to the first movie. And Dave Filoni is constantly referencing. I mean, I made a Tusken Raiders club out of an old African warriors club and stuck a mace on the end of it. It's become legendary because of Mandalorian, because he returned and is killing stormtroopers with it. So, and I put a skeleton on the dunes in the first one just to make a kind of historic, kind of ancient danger that was there when R2-D2 and C-3PO first arrived on Tatooine. That's become the Great Dragon. I mean, things have inspired from that first one. And Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have done a masterful job, I think, of bringing it back. They brought back elements in Boba Fett. They're bringing it now because Obi-Wan really is only in our first movie. That's where his true personality lies. So I think, it's very important. I read to my children still every night. I think this is hugely important for the world because George buried keys to help us growing up to identify who we are. And as I said, his motivation is, compassion, forgiveness, light will endure. And I think that's very important.
And I think you can get that message from the Star Wars series itself. All right, Mr. Christian, we are out of time. I wish I could talk to you more about this interesting upcoming documentary, but we'll have to say goodbye for now. We're looking forward to potentially having you back on Forum Daily in the future.
Anytime. Thank you. Nice to meet you.